Gonna be starting another ZVZ Emzeeshady versus Hazzy.
I think it's Hazzy. I'm not really sure.
It could be Hazzy or Hazzy.
Well, here we go. On Neil Planet S Ladder Edition, representing the client Infinity Gaming North America. It is Emzeeshady.
Alrighty, and on the top right, it's gonna be 440's Hazzy or Hazy or
I think it's Hazzy.
Hazzy.
Hazzy, yeah. Well, we're gonna have to ask him later how he wants to.
Yeah, usually. I mean, yeah, Idra has a couple issues with how you pronounce his name too.
You mean Idra, right?
Yeah, Idra, right?
Artosis is a douchebag. They're all fuckers. Alright, well, it doesn't look like anyone has fired yet, any organizations yet, so we're going to be proceeding so far. And a very early drone scout coming out from Hazzy here.
Very early drone scout. Maybe he denied the natural. Maybe that's what he does. Maybe that's what this team has been told to do. Make sure the Zerg doesn't expand, because that's what killed Dream, unfortunately. Even though he's a strong player, if you can't expand, what can you do, you know? So it looks like that Zerg is going to come right in just to see what's going on.
Now,
it's going to be 15. I wonder if Emzeeshady wants to expand first.
It is looking more likely by the second. We see the drone being sent out for both players. 15 hatch, mirror. Oh, he sees it. Emzeeshady going to be going for a slight block.
Oh,
and I think
don't let him deny it. It's Emzeeshady.
Oh no, he's still watching. He's still watching it. Oh, he pulps it, and he gets. All right, so definitely in the lead here. Emzeeshady. He was a drone for drone, but he gets his hatchery down by about 3 seconds faster. And here, every second counts.
Especially
look at the APM.
2 Mega Titans.
Look at the APM. Oh my goodness, a very fast Zerg.
You know, APM's good, but sometimes it's just spam, in my opinion.
Of course, it's always just spam, but it's always very entertaining to see those high numbers bounce around.
It's very true.
I don't think it's possible to play with 380 APM productively in this stage of the game. What are you supposed to do? How is that possible?
Well, I like to spam early game just because I can. I just
I mean like
camera hotkeys everywhere.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying, like, you're saying it's all spam. I understand, but like, let's say we switch to the EPM and it was still 380. It's not possible, right? There's no way. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, his EPM's still really high. It's 45.
That's pretty good for this point in the game, yes.
Exactly. I mean, what is he doing? But it's all right. The spawning pool is coming out. The first thing that comes out is double queens for both players. It's a gasless expansion again for both players. So they're both playing very similar styles. Emzeeshady just ahead by a few seconds.
Very, very bold move here to skip speed, to not go for safety bandwings, to not do a wall off on the smallest map on ladder rotation. This is very interesting. Have they played each other before?
Here's a detour from both these players. It looks like Emzeeshady's going to be putting down his spine for any crazy shenanigans. And it looks like Hazzy is just going to be droning up with that extra 100 minerals that he had.
He's got 2 wings, but he's going to have to fight 4 here, and there will be queen at the natural, but all these wings can get perfect scouting. He's going to see no gas and know how safe he is. Here we go. Up the ramp. All the wings out of position. They might try to go for the queen, but no, they're just going to target fire drones.
Maybe they can pick off one more drone. That would be devastating. Wouldn't be too devastating, but at least it'd be good. Some good harassment.
He gets full scouting. Absolute full scouting, but it looks like he's going to return the favor. Oh no, Emzeeshady moving his queens into position, blocks it off. Very nice.
Looks like 1 queen on the natural as well for Hazzy. Both players are going to be starting to spread creep, starting to stabilize. Looks like the Roachborn and 2 Evo chambers are now up for Hazzy.
Emzeeshady has identified this. He knows now it is a Roach timing he's going to have to worry about with +1/+1. Probably off layer tech on 2 bases. We're going to have to see what his response is going to be. And for now it seems just to be drones. A lot of drones. Also double gas, but mostly drones.
He did scout this. And this is pretty devastating. I mean, even if you go for tons of anglings or if you go for roaches yourself,
you're gonna be behind. Like you just
you don't.
You're not gonna have as many roaches.
Exactly. He doesn't have to tech. He's got to be careful at this point. I mean, the early upgrades are pretty devastating. But then again, if you think about it, if you're investing in a lot of early upgrades, you don't have the roach numbers. So if you wait for that 1-1 timing, you're going to be you're going to have an issue and you're not going to be saturated, but you got to think about what you want in a matchup like this. Do you want...
Oh shoot, ladies and gentlemen, Skype has just crashed.
The early upgrade timings. Do you want the roaches? Do you want the saturation? What would you rather have? You can't have all three. You can choose one or two of the three, you know? The macro and army or upgrades and army.
Hold on a second. First of all, Power Panda, sorry, wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, Skype might have just crashed, but it's still working, so I'm not going to delay this any longer I need to. So let's just keep going with this game. Very sorry. And we're seeing creep spread here by 2 queens at a time from Emzeeshady. Very interesting choice here. I think creep spread is actually the only way to safely take one of these distant third bases, to be honest. It's so out of the way. Very easy to attack with needleisks.
I like this though. I like the Emzeeshady chose the macro and upgrades versus the upgrades and army that Hazzy chose. So if Hazzy doesn't move out soon, he could be in a devastating position as well.
So far, his lair has finished slightly behind, and Guerrilla Reconstitution starting also slightly behind. So Emzeeshady with the higher drone count, with a much higher drone count. Oh my god, 15 more drones! That's actually a pretty big deal.
That's exactly what I was saying. He chose the economy over the army, and it's gonna pay off for him later on in the future, because by the time Hazzy moves out, Emzeeshady is going to be able to just devastate him with a far superior army.
That is correct.
There's going to be a small window, though, that Hazzy needs to play into this more heavier
he will have
style
+1, and he will have +1 early, and Guerrilla Reconstitution early, only by a hair, by about 50 seconds. He needs to do something. He needs to do so much damage with this.
He needs to move out right when that 1-1 hits, or else he's going to have an issue.
Yes.
Looks like the Overseer is going to be able to scout this as well. And you know what? I've seen a lot of Zerg players just get roaches and not even care about the Hydras. They just go for that early 2-2 timing, and then they just have a far superior roach count because Hydras are just so cost effective in the early game that you got to really work in Hydras to your late game style. It's just hard. I mean, with a good concave, it means the world.
Alright, now Hazzy has identified this third base. Emzeeshady. Considering that 1-1 is kicked in Guerrilla Reconstitution, I don't know why he's still winning where he needs to move out right now. His window is actually gone.
His window is gone, and he had an amazing... he had the army when he needed to, and Emzeeshady didn't have that army, but he chose it for macro.
Oh, but Emzeeshady gonna push in here. I don't know who's winning right now. It's a little too close to tell.
It's 1-1 for both players. It looks like Hazzy, that was a bad engagement for Emzeeshady. He's just going to walk back, having that economy. Both thirds are up now, and it's going to start evening out, but it's a 40 supply lead for Emzeeshady at the moment. 2-2 is now up, but 2-2 is going to finish for Hazzy. Hopefully Emzeeshady doesn't move out when he wants, or moves out right when his 2-2 finishes. Hopefully Hazzy doesn't get that chance.
Still, a 17 drone lead by Emzeeshady, playing a much stronger macro Zerg right now, and his third is now completely saturated. Wouldn't be surprised to see the static defense following it very soon.
Look at that, though. Both players don't have the Hydras in their comp. They know that in order to get Hydras, you need to wait for speed. You need to wait for that +1 range. They're so cost effective, it's not possible for a late game style. And that third finally saturating for Hazzy.
He immediately takes Kaiser's 5-6. I think he's preparing for his high transition soon-ish. Or he's just planning to jumpstart his Hydra production very soon. Hydras do eat into gas rather significantly.
In fact, he is. 5 more Hydras are now going.
Look at the roaches on the left side. Look at the number of roaches.
Look at that, a 200 supply Zerg versus a 144 catching
He's
this.
gonna leave.
Hazzy
oh my god, he's just stepping
but
forward.
2-2 is
much
not.
stuff.
2-2 is not in place
away.
for. This is exactly what he wants.
They're both trying to buy time, but the superior roach gun by Emzeeshady looks unstoppable. He's just completely surrounded by Hazzy. Hazzy now trying to fall back into this choke. He has Hydras in his composition,
like
gunning down the roaches.
The problem when you do the Hydras, now he doesn't have an army. It's 197 200, constantly getting remassed because it is a Zerg army. Half the army gets taken back to take out this third to have a bigger advantage just in case he does somehow hold this. But it doesn't even matter because reinforcements do come in to take out small amounts of army. And that army is just going to be chopped up into little pieces with just the acid that's getting poured down on them.
And I don't think that Hazzy can hold this without the buffer. His roaches, his Hydras did so much damage to the roaches, but he needs a buffer zone. I feel like he should almost be at the point of pulling